All right. Noemi?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
What's up?
Oh, thank you for coming today.
Of
Appreciate
course.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you. So hello to everyone out there, and welcome to the Biz Boutique, where we have a round table discussion on business insights and solutions. Your business solutions advocates. If you don't know, now you know. I'm Noemi. I'm going to be your host, and I am the founder of The Biz Boutique. I'm excited to introduce you to my wonderful co-host here. Next to me, the amazing individuals behind the Biz Boutique podcast.
Hey.
Hi. So first up, we have our health guru, the powerful Paola. If you're not following her already, you need to check her out. She is the owner and founder of the Rodriguez Wealth Group. Congrats. Love your website.
Thank you.
Very good job.
Thank you.
And she is a licensed provider in 25 states. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. And counting.
And counting. I like that.
Wow.
See, entrepreneurs, it's never done. It's never done. We're always continually working and growing our business. And Paola knows all the insider tips and insights for your personal and business health insurance needs.
I got you.
What is it? For the healthy and the wealthy.
The healthy and the wealthy. Yeah. Healthy, wealthy, self-employed. That's how we help.
I like it. And here we also have Felipe Bustillos. And he's a multi-awarded district sales manager for CertiPay. We are among greatness here, people, today. Among greatness. Felipe assists business in finding the right HR system, educating business owners in payroll, business insurance, benefits, 401, and HR. He has helped over 100 businesses apply for the PPP loan.
Yes, that was crazy times during, the COVID.
Okay. And that's wrapping up here shortly, right? Or is it?
The PPP is done, actually.
It is.
What I've been talking a lot about that's ending soon, it's the ERTC, and that's the Employee Retention Tax Credit.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you for clarifying that,
of
because that's
course.
exactly what we talked about last time and what I was trying to reference, which was not the PPP loan,
Yeah,
which I indicated here.
it's huge right now, right, that we were talking about last time, and any money that we can get right now, especially with the economy, is going to help.
Yeah. So you guys stay tuned, because Felipe is going to be diving into that a bit before we leave today, and what that means to you as a business owner. And then we also have Digna Montañez, who's our tax accountant specialist. She's also the founder of Dreamline Accounting, so check her out. She's got over 4 decades of experience in the industry. Digna has a unique perspective and provides creative solutions and passion for sharing her knowledge with others. She'll be leading the conversation on tax strategies for your business on our next podcast. She couldn't be with us today, but she is part of our core founding members.
She's here in spirit,
Yes, she is.
And did you guys know Digna has like 1,300 clients?
Girl.
Are these businesses or personal? Sorry.
They're both.
A mix.
Both? Okay.
Both. Yeah.
Wow.
She's in the game, and she's just from Orlando, because I know that was where her big book of business really lies. But she's done big things. It's almost what you said. I want to be you when you grow up.
Yeah, I told her in our last BNI meeting.
legit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
legit. In front of everyone. I was like, Digna, I'm going to be you when I grow up.
Yes.
Well, and she claims to be semi-retired, but she
She's
has
not
5
slowing
different businesses. And she's like, oh, by the way, I also do this. By the way, I'm also a counselor with a church. Oh, by the way, I'm also a mobile notary. And I'm like, I love you.
She does it all. She does it all.
Yeah. So, even in retirement,
She's
it's
not
not
retired.
really
She's
retired.
not
Not even semi. I'm like, that's not even semi.
She's just on the water now. Like she's
Yes.
she's with her
But
family.
we are encouraging her to travel more, which is why she's not here. She is up in the NY this weekend, and then she'll also be leaving to Greece, I believe, is where
Nice.
she was going. Spain, Greece. She was doing a cruise
Nice.
in a few months. So,
Nice.
yeah, and that is being semi-retired. Then she can, once you start taking those trips, go girl, do it.
I think that's the entrepreneurial spirit, though. Like, she embodies
Yes.
that, right? It's like you wake up and you need to find something to do, whatever it is, like start a business, like figure out how to help clients. That's just the spirit that I think we all share, has brought us together.
Yeah, I think it's a Latino thing too.
Oh.
You know, like we're like, we can't stop. We always got to keep moving. We always got to keep helping people. And, so that's something that
It was probably our moms, like, waking up at 6 a.m. on Saturdays and turning up the music and like, I got to get up.
Well, and we had to have everything done by 11 on a Saturday. You can't go out for the rest of the weekend unless everything is done by 11, and then you could do whatever,
I remember.
But it's funny that you said that it's the Latino spirit, because I know Felipe had mentioned here that his book of business really has been heavily footed in the Hispanic market, and it just makes me proudful. And that we have gotten to the level to say, hey, I'm here in the States, yet my book of business is heavily Latino oriented, and that we could be a resource, and that we could see the business, the entrepreneurs grow, right? Yeah. And we can be represented in that way in all different industries and sectors.
Yeah. And the fact that you help people with workers' comp and with payroll, and there's a lot of business owners that are Latinos that, that we're able to help. I think that's amazing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And they're the ones, that sometimes need the most help, because you come to a new country, right? Like, who teaches you these things, right? And even if you're from this country, who teaches you payroll? I remember getting my first W-2, and I'm like, what is all these boxes? And like, what are these? Why am I paying Social Security? Who is Social Security?
Exactly.
So it's interesting, like, as I'm having conversations with clients, I'm like explaining these things, and it's a lot of just, I think, foundational education that we all should have as.
Yep. Agreed. Well, and it's, I think, a little bit different too in the schools now. I have quite a bit of professors over at ACC. My sister teaches there, amongst other things there. But even I'm going to give a shout out to Nikki Ferrer, Dr. Nikki Ferrer. She was over at Valencia, and now she's doing her own thing. But it was amazing to see these people who are in secondary studies, right? We're talking about universities. You now pay for these studies, and to see that there's still a gap of what we're not teaching, where we can teach people to be book smarts and do, the accounting and the numbers, but the underlining reasons and connecting the dot and how that would further, and doing your own personal budget. You can do accounting and QuickBooks for everyone else, but where's your personal budget? What are you doing? So we hope that this will inspire and help and put those pieces together. That's exactly what we're here for, is to advocate for you, to give you the solutions for those great areas that are in the business. We all, as entrepreneurs, wear so many different hats, Right. I don't know anything about payroll, but as I grow, I know, that's going to be an issue. And I'm not going to try to be a specialist in something that I'm not well versed at, right? But that's why I would go and consult with Felipe here. He is the specialist. He is well versed. He has his proven book of business. And why wouldn't I utilize a specialist? Sometimes we try to do everything as entrepreneurs instead of finding a good, valuable resource that specializes in that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go to the primary care doctor if I know I need a cardiologist. Mm-hmm. He might refer me to the cardiologist, but that's what he's going to do. He's going to say, you need a specialist in that field. We're all doctors, but there's a specialist.
Yeah, I love that. And to kind of segue, we didn't talk about the wonderful you, Noemi.
Oh, wow, me?
Yeah. So,
that might have been on purpose. Well, thank you.
Oh, was it on purpose? Would you like me to give a brief introduction on you?
You don't have to use that. You're
so I'm gonna go off
it
from my heart. You are an expert in employee benefits, and you help people, small business owners that want to provide benefits to their employees, but maybe there's not the cash flow there. So you provide benefits that are at no cost to the employer.
Right. That's right.
And it also helps lower payroll taxes as well, because it's a before tax benefit.
That's right.
It helps with retention, with building, some benefits for the people, because we all know that the people that come to us that want to work with us, that are responsible, they see value in benefits.
Yes.
The responsible people that we want working for us, they see value in insurance. And so it attracts the right employees, it retains the right employees, and it's something that,
I'm gonna bring you to all my meetings.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, what you do, a lot of people don't know about, and I'm glad that you have, brought us all together and that you do what you do because you're helping people in a big way. We haven't talked about how important the entrepreneurs are to the economy.
Yes.
We're the bread and butter of the economy. I know that you know that because that's who we serve. But I don't think a lot of people understand. I've been very lucky to be able to live in different countries, to travel to different countries. And what I've seen is in my favorite countries, Dominican Republic and Brazil, those are countries where there's a lot of income disparity. So there's a lot of rich people, a lot of poor people. There's not a lot of people in the middle. So therefore, there's a lot of corruption. So why is America great? Why is the United States great? Because we have a strong middle class.
Yes, we do.
And the strong middle class is small business owners. And so by supporting small business owners, by pouring into small business owners, we're actually helping create a better country for ourselves and creating a better economy.
Direct community.
Yeah.
Because we as employers pay taxes, right? And those taxes go back into our community. So it's just, and thank you for bringing that up because that's such a valuable point. It really is. It does get overlooked quite a bit.
I love that. Yeah, I love that you said that. The employee retention, right? That's such a huge topic right now. And yeah, benefits is right there with that, right? So as I think you talk to business owners and they start seeing that, you're bringing a benefit to your employees are going to want to be with you, right? When someone takes care of you and has your back, they're going to run through a wall for you.
Yeah. And what if they get offered a position that's paying more? Well, they're going to say, well, I'm being offered this benefit as well. Cause they're seeing value in it. So it is something that will make someone think twice about leaving if we're providing good benefits.
100%. And that's actually what brought me into the door to one of the companies that I met with this week. They were having an issue with turnover. I just saw a sign that said hiring. I said, let me pull up in there, hey, who's your hiring manager? If it's got a hiring sign, I'm making my way in. And I'm like, I saw you're hiring. Are you guys growing or are you having retention problems? It's going to be one of the two, right? Yeah. And so the gentleman's like, man, my turnover.
That's so good.
Let's do drops. Yeah, I told you already. Once a week, twice a week. I'm door to door now.
It's not how frequent you do something. And I've learned this that as I've grown, it's how you say it. Yeah, exactly. How you figure it out, right? Because that approach is money.
I'm looking at the need, right? Because one way or another, they're hiring. What is the need behind hiring?
Yes, and I'm sorry to get nerding out here on this, but what we are, salespeople, sales professionals, it has transcended, because now we have all the information on our fingertips, right? But now what a sales professional like me, like you, what we do is solve problems.
Yes.
So you're going right to the problem and providing a solution. And that's why.
We're called BISBoutique. Yeah. Business Insights and Solutions.
I love it.
But they were literally losing, long-standing company here, losing employees to their next door competitor because of benefits. And for some reason, he just had encapsulated that, it's going to cost him out of pocket. Right now, he's kind of marginal, and he wasn't able to do it. And I said, listen, you can't do the major medical right now. That is going to cost you out of pocket. But we can still put the dental in place. We can still put the vision in place. And it costs you nothing unless you want to participate. And we just talked through it, what would make sense for him, for his employees, and, retention, right, of your best employees, because he's getting ready to open up another store. So you are expanding, but you're having a high turnover. What's the missing link, especially if you've been successful? You're proven to be successful if you're getting to, open another space. So
yeah. And how expensive is it to train people and to hire people, and time consuming? And so it's a big help to have tools to help retain and attract the right people.
100%. And you hit the nail on the head because it is timely and costly to keep training new.
I've seen those numbers, being in HR, and those are like, it's almost 50% of someone's yearly salary.
Oh my word.
Yeah. So if you pay someone $100,000 to like lose that employee, you're only going to spend $50,000.
But think about it. Like, it's not until you like get a few months into your role that you actually know what the heck you're doing.
Right.
And learning the company and learning all these different protocols and doing your job. And not to mention, you are going to blunder, like you are going to make some mistakes and stuff, and that costs money too. And so, the more you do your job, the better you get and the more efficient you get. And so by that person leaving, then you're going to start all over, and
dig that hole,
and then
someone else can come and fill it in.
Yeah. And you may not find the right fit at first too. Someone may come in and they, a few weeks later might not show up. And I've been hearing some horror stories about interviews and people. Yeah. Like someone cried during like an interview, like someone like they didn't show up to, like, people just like crazy things about like interviewing and the interview process with some of the clients that I help.
I know my husband's company is constantly hiring, and no-shows are a big issue.
Huge issue.
I've never I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but it's like, how do you not show up, or at least give them a call ahead of time, because I never want to close that door. You know what I mean? I don't care if I have this for sure in place or this came up, but you always want to close the door. So guys, even if you're not an entrepreneur, you're a person and you work for an entrepreneur or for a company, you always want to have a good faith with everyone. I don't care. They could be the biggest pricks, you guys. Let's just keep it real. I've had some companies that I had to leave but I killed them with kindness. I was the better person, because you never know who's listening, and you never know if that person ever grows up, matures, and says, you know what, this person was my top employee. I treated them like crap, and now they're doing this, and that. I want to go partner with them. You never know.
Yeah, and you never know, like, their perception too, because you could have been really good at your job or whatever, but then they just saw maybe you left abruptly and they didn't see that. So that's another thing to keep in mind too, is doing the right thing all the time, because you don't know what other people's perception is either. And that's a big thing.
I want to go back to what you're talking about, like dropping in, right? And having that conversation. I think I see it so much with some of my clients that they don't take the time. It's like a 10-minute, 20-minute, however minutes it is, conversation to understand their business and figure out if there's leaks, right? Sometimes it could be in benefits. And most of the time it's like successful business owners, $1 million, $2 million. And there's like small little leaks that could be fixed if they've had or asked for that, help in consulting their business. So
well,
very interesting.
What I feel is like the thing is, and I wouldn't have known this like a year ago, but there's just so many things. There's just so many people pulling you in all these different directions. Yeah. This person wants that and that person wants that. And so it's like prioritizing the things. Like I have a list like miles long of the things that I need to do. I need to send the IRS a letter, and I have been putting it off for like a week. I
have a couple.
Okay. Yeah. So like there's things that are important, right, that we put off. Sometimes they're aware of it, but sometimes they just have so much going on that are other priorities that they just don't have time for that. And sometimes, honestly, there's things that I'm like, okay, how much money is this costing me? How much money is this going to make me? I only have time to do these things.
Right.
So sometimes it's an awareness issue, and sometimes it's I literally do not have time to deal with that.
Well, that's the perfect, I think, way to think about it, right? I don't have time, and I hear that all the time, right? Well, if you don't have time, what should you be doing? Outsourcing.
Yes. Yeah. And it's a lot of business owners, they get caught up in the loop of the work, right? And I don't know if you've ever read the E-Myth. The E-Myth, the entrepreneurial myth. It's a book. It's excellent. Everyone should read it.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me. I love to read.
Yeah, it talks about the entrepreneurs, 3 different people. One is the and forgive me if I mess this up, but one is the person with the ideas, right? The entrepreneur, the creative thinker, the other one is the technician, so that they're the person that actually does the work. And then the other one's the manager. So as an entrepreneur, we're wearing all these hats until we can get, people to fill these hats, right? So a lot of entrepreneurs are great technicians. They know how to do their job very well. They're not great managers, and sometimes they're not great, creative thinkers sometimes. So a lot of people get caught up in like the doing of the actual business versus delegating it all out. The best entrepreneurs I've ever found are the people that are the creative thinkers, that that are able to let go of the day-to-day stuff and allow other people to manage and understand that they might not be they understand they might not be the best manager. And usually the skill set that the creative thinkers have, the people that are great managers are completely opposite. So I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs have a hard time letting go of the day-to-day of the business.
For sure.
And they will get to the next level if they allow themselves to step out of the business and think more strategically and see. There's another book called Not Who, But How. Okay. And it talks about how it's not how you're going to do something, it's who's going to do it for you.
That's entrepreneurial book right there.
It is.
Yeah. I'm a absolute nerd. So
no, and that's ready. A good thing because it's always about learning, so you have to learn. But I was going to go back to just what you guys were talking about. One of the things that when I sit down with that decision maker with the business, this is slipping, you guys. One of the things that I talk about is how often do you do your wellness check? Yeah. So for us women, we usually have our annual wellness check, right? In our family, and my son's working the cameras here for us, so he can attest. We have a yearly financial check.
I love that.
We have our family plan in November. Hey, these are our goals for next year. How are we going to accomplish it? What family vacations we want to do? What individual vacations we want to do? What is the next step? So are we doing wellness checks for our business? And because sometimes we are wearing so many hats and so into the nitty gritty of trying to fill all those positions, right? And the different roles that are demanded from us as the business owners, we forget, hey, we need to do a wellness check. 100%. Let's take a step back, get a fresh pair of objective eyes. And that's what I appreciate about being a team. I'm going to bring this up now because I think it's a great way to position it. But when you partner with someone who has a great team of professionals, I do not claim to be a professional know-it-all. I am a business advocate. I am an entrepreneur, been 20 years plus in the business, financial, insurance, investments, have my license. But my strong suit is on the insurance and benefit plans, employer benefit plans. And so that's where my strengths are. And I geek out over that, the 403Bs and the supplemental, total geek out of it. Love it. But I know for my business, there's other social media. What the heck? Right there, my brain just breaks and it's like, what? No. I told you guys I need a post once or twice. Yeah. But I got with someone, to say, hey, what are you doing? We are in a group of professionals that we have in our back pocket to fill in all those other gaps of our business. And that's what we bring, and the value, I think, that we bring to a lot of our clients is that, hey, when we sit down with you, we're going to do a discovery session. And it's not asking because we're trying to be up in your business, but that's the best value I could bring to you. Okay, so today we're talking about the supplemental benefits and what's your next project? What are you doing? When did you do your last wellness check? Have you had your company valued? All of these things and we need to know. So it's good to be in a group like B&I that we could say, hey, let me point you into the right direction. I have a person who can do that valuation for you. I have someone who can, fill in the gap and specialize in that one particular field. So I know that that's something that we all practice, when we're doing our discoveries, and after we take care of, obviously, the business that we're there for. But it's just super important to do a business wellness check.
I love that.
That's very thoughtful.
The family wellness check too is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a lot of different areas, because we have plans with our business and to grow, and even with our personal finances. You have to celebrate your yays and you have to recognize your nays in life, right? So, hey, we had a couple of nays last year, you know what I mean? This busted in the house. We had to tap into, thank God, some of the emergency savings we had to have the whole house remodeled. But man, we navigated that through as a family. Amazing. Because why? We had the emergency fund set. We had the resources to, stay elsewhere and make accommodations. And we had a plan. Of course, nobody wants these things to happen. But we had a plan, and guess what? We were still able to go on our trip in September. You know what I mean? On our vacation trip.
Nice.
So if you have a plan and you're doing these wellness checks in your personal life with your family and with your business, it's only a good thing.
The thing I love about that the most is that, a mistake is only a mistake if you didn't learn from it. And so the fact that you guys are like learning from your mistakes and implementing, and having goals, like if you don't have a plan, you're
planning to
you're
fail.
planning to fail, right? And I say this all the time: if you don't make a plan for your money's gonna make a plan for itself. And so, you guys that's incredible. Being able to renovate your whole entire house and take a vacation, that not many families can do that.
Well, it hurt.
I know.
It hurt.
Are you a financial coach too? Is that something you didn't tell us?
No, that's my background.
Yeah.
That was my background. So.
Yeah. That's no, and you just keep getting better every day, and you're intentional about it. That's what I love.
Yeah. Intentionality.
Yeah.
Have a plan. You should always have a plan.
Yeah. I did want to wheel something in because I know something that is time sensitive for the employers, and I did want to throw that out there, which was the E-Verify.
Yeah, we can talk about E-Verify.
Touch on that real quick?
So it just started.
Shifting gears, guys.
Yeah.
It's starting July 1st, right?
Okay.
And that's pretty much here. It pertains to us here in Florida, and employers over 25 employees have to E-Verify new employees, right? At first, I thought it was all their employees. So if you had, let's say, 30 employees, that everyone that you already had to be E-Verified. That's not correct. It's the new employees after 25 have to be E-Verified. And what is that, right? That's just a document to check if, let's say, you hire me to get checked if I have the right documentation to be able to work here in the United States. There is different things that I've talked to with some of my employers that I help out to help them get through these loops, right? But one of them, obviously, being in HR, is help them get this E-Verify on their platform so they can E-Verify and be up to date with code.
Super important.
Yeah.
Especially that's a big thing that's coming. And then I know with the PPP loan, that is over.
That is over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ERTC for quarter 2 of 2020 is ending. If you want more information, you can get it. I can definitely help out with that.
Felipe on that.
Yep.
Nice. And are there any repercussions to not doing the E-Verify? Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's like a felony. There's fines. Yeah, there's a lot that came out in this new bill that we can talk about next time. And I don't want to misquote anything. So I'd like to bring something and just read off that.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But yeah, that's to simplify. It's make sure you verify. You're gonna get if they find out, you're gonna get charged from the IRS for that.
Yeah, something to start looking at, guys, especially if you got those 25 employees. But
there's strategies, right? You can talk to accountants. I know and it's so new that people are still learning about it, right?
Yes.
But there's different strategies, just like workers' comp, just like payrolls, that I know how to navigate through that, right? That's where I bring my value when I sit with business owners, especially small business owners, because they haven't had the coaching. I can save them thousands of dollars in insurance, payroll, and things like that. And when we talked earlier about my community, that's who really needs the help and education on those things.
Awesome. 100%. Was there anything else or any hot topic that was pressing on your minds today that you just wanted to get a quick nibble it out?
I think we talked about a lot of great things.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, today we talked about how important small businesses are and to the economy. We talked about how we are experts that are helping these small businesses without, them having to worry about all these different things, that we're there and we're there to help them. We talked about the E-Verify. We talked about our backgrounds and who we are. And, I think
that's good stuff.
I didn't talk about my background, but we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
We'll peel the onion. We'll peel the onion and get a little deeper. It was just to whet the appetite here for you guys. And I did just want to go, each one of you, Felipe, how do we get a hold of you if somebody is interested in all of your workman's comps and HR payroll services?
I think the easiest way is to text me, 720-490-3874. I think that's the easiest way.
All right, and we'll have that there listed under your name. The tech guy will do that. Paola, how can we get a hold of the powerful Paola?
So I would love for people to follow me on Instagram at thepowerfulpaola.com. It's rwealthgroup.com. rwealthgroup.com, but the powerful Paola on Instagram. And my name is spelled Paola. So you can get a sense of like who I am, like what I stand for, and then if it makes sense, book a call with me and help you out with the health insurance stuff and life insurance as well. That's probably the best way for people to get a sense of me.
Okay, yeah. Follow her on Instagram. She's awesome. She's the social queen right now.
I know. I gotta get Instagram.
I am. Want to be the social media Paola.
She
is like bringing it. LinkedIn, those videos. I'm like, yes. I
gotta check this out. I'm excited.
I'm telling you, you're not following her then. That's what that tells me.
I didn't know. I can't find it,
Now you know.
And then for me, feel free, TheBISBoutique.com, TheBISBoutique.com, 813-454-2396. You can always give me a call. And LinkedIn, there's plenty of links out there that'll have a discovery session, get you on my calendar, so that we can meet, greet, and get to know one another. So, guys, thank you so much. This was amazing. Digna, you're here in spirit. Hopefully,
next time we have to have tequila.
Oh, how about sake?
Okay.
The tequila's a little hard, but we're really big right now into sake tasting or whiskey tasting. So if you guys are game,
whiskey.
I say each of us bring a bottle. We'll have to do it in the house. Wait, designated driver.
Oh, let's go.
This is where I take them everywhere.
That's why, huh? I knew it. I knew there was a reason.
You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so
incredible.
much.
I look forward to our next podcast and just helping each other and helping our community and other entrepreneurs know that se puede.
Sí se puede.
Yes,
you can do it, guys.
Let's go.